We'll start up. Welcome to the Board of Works meeting. Will you please stand and join me for the Pledge of Allegiance? We do our roll call.
Mayor Bonta.
Here. Did you guys have a chance to look at the last meeting's minutes, and is there any corrections or a motion to approve them?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Thank you. Oh, my goodness. Does somebody have any thoughts on the other meeting minutes we have?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from September the 23rd.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I might have forgot about that. Was that the meeting where we just opened it and closed it? Yep. Not the hardest minutes to check. All right, that'll get us to new business. We have Peppa the pig. Would you guys like to come up? Oh, sure thing. And that microphone there, Tom, would you help with, or Andy, would you help with just getting the microphone so it can be heard? We're all adjusting to the new rules about having it all broadcast, so.
Come on. Okay. Yeah, Peppa came to us as a little baby. She's definitely not a farm animal. Okay. She does sleep in our room. She shares a room. They say pigs are the cleanest animals in the world, believe it or not. You want to tell them about Peppa? Go ahead.
Okay. We have a pet. And he named Pepe.
Can I ask you something? How old?
How would Bill standing for Pet? Actually won't be alone.
How old is Peppa? Do you know how old she is or how long she's lived with you?
I don't. How old is Pepe, Mom?
Almost 3.
She's almost 3. She's almost 3. She's almost 3. She's almost 3. Hey. Hey.
Hi. Can I ask you, does Peppa, when she uses the restroom, does she go outside with the dogs?
Yeah.
So she doesn't have like a litter box. She's like trained to go outside?
I told you. So they can hear you better.
We're also hold on. A therapeutic foster home. He actually grew with Peppa. He came to us before he was 2 years old. We're going through the adoption process right now. So it's like him and his little sister. She's only 1. She's at home right now, but they pretty much all grown up together with Peppa. So it's good, and it teaches them kindness and, they love her, brushing her. She's a pet.
You're not talking right.
So would you guys, if I could, hey buddy.
Peppa's not a farm animal.
Peppa's
not a farm animal. She's not a farm animal.
Thank you so much. So I'm going to say something to you now. Are you going to listen to me? It's good to see you again. So I'm going to explain for the people here what was going on, because not everybody, some people might be wondering why we're talking about a pig, right? So Peppa was found out about by our animal control when there were some dogs, if I remember right, that were running around your guys' neighborhood.
Yeah.
And I think that when animal control met with you guys, you mentioned having a pig, and she let you know that at the time we didn't have rules in Portage that allowed people to have a pig. Our city council recently gave authority to the Board of Works, that's us, to be able to give permits for animals that are otherwise considered farm animals in our code, but who are serving as a pet role. Attorney McClure, I believe we, at a recent meeting of the Board of Works, we started working with legal to get kind of some formal, documents drawn up that would be like our Board of Works procedure. I don't mean to say this in too rough a way, but given that Peppa is here in our city and that they are in the process, I think that what we're moving towards as a board is being able to have a policy along the lines of an annual, permit that somebody would come and renew. Because that's not finished yet, but because we've got a family here, I was wondering legally, would it be appropriate if someone opposed to give basically like a temporary approval for Peppa right now, just so that the family knows that they have something that gave them permission to have it while our documents are in the works?
Yeah, I think if this board made a determination then that we're not dealing with a livestock animal for a period of time, I think that would free us from the issue within the zoning code that would cause the issue. So if this board found it to be a pet,
I know that we wanted to have a more formalized procedure, like in the future, so someone who wants to have a pet pig, we would want them to have to send notice to their neighbors, because we would have like a public hearing, what have you, and I think that Ken is doing a very good job getting that legalese together, but because Peppa's here in the city right now, and we understand that they've worked cooperatively with the city to really get us in this spot, I don't know if there's a way we could give maybe I don't know if till the end of the year is more appropriate, and then we'd ask you guys to come and do the formal process created, or maybe give them 6 months. I don't think we need that much time to create the process.
Excuse me, sir. I
Yeah.
do have a letter from each surrounding neighbor.
Well, you have that already.
Yep.
And
one
that was
from
going to be my
behind.
question, have we heard from
each
any
side.
of the neighbors?
And that was really our only purpose for wanting to delay. Would you be able to hand that to our attorney? And can you just verify that those are your immediate neighbors that live around you guys? Well, that makes me feel better there, because really that's what we were concerned about requiring, It looks like you guys did your homework based on what we said at the last
We
meeting, and I
honestly did.
But it
appreciate
still
that.
Ask
feels
them
like we
for it.
probably ought to give a temporary approval until an ordinance or the rules are created.
well, I think temporary, I think we're in track to be able to have something in process for the beginning of the year. I think if we gave to the beginning of the year, in the meantime, got our ordinance polished up, and then that way, the surrounding neighbors have a smaller period of time. Hypothetically, if somebody's upset about it, this will be reviewed again in January or February.
Basically, you would be in a good spot, because what we want to do is make you not feel as if you guys are in violation of any rules right now. Basically, what I'm talking about is we could have it where Peppa, you guys are approved from essentially now to January, but what we would ask you to do, you wouldn't even necessarily have to come here in person. If you just want to send a letter with your application, we'd review it just under the new rules that is being made by the board.
Sure.
Yeah. I say that not to scare you. In fact, it's quite the opposite. I just want to make sure you guys know that you're good if we
Okay.
go that route,
Okay.
Andy, did that make sense? I know you were talking about I don't know, you were talking about some concerns about people wanting to have
Yeah, my only concern was, that the neighbors have an opinion of it, right? Because, while yours is, I think we've concluded is more of a household pet, others may try to say they have a household pet and they have a goat walking around their backyard.
Yeah,
So-
we honestly,
So
when
I
we
just
moved
think
in,
we can give that temporary approval now, so you're not worrying about it, and then, once the ordinance is written, we can just follow the rules of that ordinance, and then more than likely be approved for good.
Yeah.
yeah, and half of these neighbors, we didn't even know they were our neighbors till this happened. Random people have been showing up and just.
Peppa
it's-
generated a lot of
it's
support and
amazing.
unity in the community, which I
Yeah.
think is great. And so clear, the ordinance is written, but within the ordinance to this board, we want to have our standard rules and procedures that are made for this board, and that's what we're waiting on is. So I would say, could we even have an approval basically to the end of the year, but then once our rules and procedures are written, we would invite them to come back and just,
That's what I would recommend.
That way we get you guys set up for your annual approval, and just think of it as an annual, thing.
Yeah, okay.
Does anybody want to make a motion to that effect?
I make a motion to approve Peppa the Pig, I guess, is that,
Yeah. Thank you.
as a household pet
Yes.
from this point today through December the 31st, 2025.
Too
I'll
much.
second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And just, this will be, by procedure, every year we'll have like a renewal period. So when you come back sometime before December 31st, or if you guys even want to just send an application, I'd be happy to speak for you as mayor if you need, based on your time. But it would be every year. There would just be a process that's honestly a little easier than what you've been through already, so.
Okay, and then we would get notified also ahead of time.
Yes, you'd get like a notice. So like, let's say that you get approved, for the year of 2026, sometime between maybe August or September of 26, you would get like a notice of, hey, just a reminder that you guys have this approval, but you'll want to, apply again for next year, sort of thing.
Okay, awesome, thank
That's
you.
how we make sure that nobody's having a secret farm. Not that you guys are, but, that's our way to, just the annual review. Thank you so much for your patience with us.
I want pizza.
You guys have a wonderful day. Thank you so much. And when one of you guys is the mayor one day, I hope I come back and say, I remember when you guys were little.
Let's go to the gas station. I have to pick up a meat.
So that gets us to item 2, refund of the park impact fee. So does it have to do with the fact of how it was paid, that this is a Board of Works matter? Because
Asked, the park's impact fee was elected, but I believe it was outside the date of the ordinance. So the clerk's office, I believe, wants to refund it, which I believe would be proper under the ordinance, but we need some official executive action to give the clerk's office that authority to refund it after that finding is made.
And I would agree that that was collected past the ordinance, so I mean, the refund is appropriate, but that's where I just wanted to make sure it wasn't a park board decision, it's a Board of Works decision. Is there a motion on that or any other questions?
Is this the $2,036 item?
Yes.
I'll make a motion, we approve the refund of the park impact fee in the amount of $2,036.19.
Second?
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Can I ask, do we know when we are gonna reestablish that? It's been almost a year since it expired. Is that ordinance gonna be reestablished?
Well, it's something that the park, I don't know the exact status of it because there's like a committee and everything involved with that. I couldn't give you an update exactly at this moment where they're at with that, but I know that they've been talking to, Tom, what's the name of the law firm that does the park stuff? Lehman? We can get you an update on that. That gets us to the streetlight agreement, RCJJ Development. Sandy's not the owner of RCJJ Development, you're just,
I'm not, maybe I would like the benefits of that, but yeah, I don't want to pay to build it. So this is a standard streetlight agreement. The locations were discussed during the Plan Commission approval process, so it's just a list of the streetlights. Once this is approved, the Clerk Treasurer's Office sends a letter to NIPSCO approving the installation of these lights. The check that you receive is for the developer's fees for electric service for the next 2 years.
are there any questions about this or a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the streetlight agreement for RCJJ development.
I'll second the motion.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Thanks.
Thank you. Gets us to,
Oh, I'm sorry. I need to make a small amendment to the motion on the refund of the park impact fees. I said it was $2,036. It looks like there's multiple impact fees in here.
I see you want it to be, Scott, is that something that needs to be addressed?
The motion was specific. We need the motion to be for basically any park impact fee collected after the ordinance expiration.
I want to amend it to be any impact fee collected after the ordinance, or before the ordinance, right?
Any fees collected after the ordinance had expired.
All right, after the ordinance had expired. Thank you.
So we have a,
Second?
okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
That gets us to the matter of the infrastructure agreement with Westchester Township. So, for the infrastructure fund. So, just explain a little bit about what this is. Westchester Township is setting up this fund to distribute some infrastructure money to the municipalities that are within Westchester Township. You might be thinking, aren't we Portage Township? Well, there is actually a very small amount within our city limits that is part of Westchester Township. And so we are being impacted by and receiving something from this fund. I don't think it's a great deal. Well, we'll find out what it is, but as of right now, I don't think that there's any harm in us accepting it. Scott, was there anything else I should have covered there? It only helps. I just don't know how much it helps, but we are happy to be included in our part of Westchester Township.
So are we asking to approve the MOU for the infrastructure fund of Westchester Township?
Yes, so this is our acceptance of the MOU so that we qualify for the fund.
I'll make a motion, we accept the MOU for the infrastructure fund of Westchester Township.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And then that gets us to the matter of the local 150 agreement for union members and the cost for health insurance. This is a change in city policy, and it's an agreement between the union representing a number of our city employees. Up until now, Portage employees have paid $0 of the health insurance cost. After a review of the state law together, we've determined that something has to be charged. Local 150 has agreed to allow for $1 a year to be charged. From a city end, I think that that is a couple $100 being collected. All said and done, though, it gets us in compliance with state law, which it's been noted that the State Board of Accounts has been saying to the city for multiple years that we were not in accordance with state law with the previous policy. There was some legal disagreement on other ends for a couple of years, but after some careful review, we've come to this agreement to get in compliance.
I'll make a motion to approve the operating engineers local 150 agreement for union members to pay $1 for healthcare costs.
I'll second the motion.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And to note, that's also being applied to our non-union employees as well through the handbook change that we'll be bringing in. So once this is signed, we'll have everybody paying at least $1. Gets us to the Portage Township YMCA Turkey Trot. Now, we're going to be really hard on
We
you,
got
so be
Peppa
ready
the
for a
Pig,
whole
now
bunch
we
of
got
questions.
turkeys.
Look, I got the, text message to come about 20 minutes before I was supposed to be here. But I'm just here to get the 2025 Turkey Trot route approved. My name is Erin. I work there. It's the same one as last year. We've already worked with the Portage Police Department to cover logistics and safety. And I believe Brianna said that she did send over the route in the packet. So that is it.
Are there any questions? I was expecting rigorous questions, but no. Motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the turkey trot for the YMCA on November 27th.
I'll second that motion.
So we have a motion and we have a second. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Thank you. We need to send some investigators out to make sure there's no turkeys there being kept as. All right, that gets us to the item of the Sanctified Souls Benefit Ride and Concert. Come on down.
And I don't think there's any animals included in this.
Heard you guys had like a raffle and the winner gets a horse. If that's true, as long as it's not in city limits where it goes. No.
So basically, I'm just here to close some roads for it. So I don't know if you know what you know about Sanctified Souls, but we're a charity RC. We're a 501c organization. All monies that we raise go to our community. We find families in need, different organizations. We just opened this new chapter. We call it Lakefront area, so we're focused on like Portage, Chesterton, Michigan City, all up here. Last year was our first ride. This year we want to go bigger. We have a concert planned. We have 3 different bands, but we need to close from just 3 hours in the morning. We need to close Stevens Circle Way up to East Main and South Founders to Hamstrom, just so as motorcycles get there, we can stage them and get them lined up for the ride. And then we would return. We would leave at 10:30, and we would return from the ride around 2 to 3, and then that's when the bands would start at like 4. We'll have food trucks, some different things going on at Founders Square, but really just need to get approval to close those roads for 3 hours in the morning.
I think you need to talk to the street department about that,
Okay.
and maybe the fire department, right? Or no?
What's the location again?
Stevens Circle Way up to East Main and South Founders to Hamstrom.
As long as they're north of our entrances for the fire department, it's fine.
Okay.
I did notice on the application, you've got, I think the date's wrong. You got June 27th, 2025.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's 2026. Sorry. Stevens Circle. It changed. I walked it. We don't need all that much room. If we have a great turnout, I expect 100 to 150 motorcycles that morning, and that would be plenty of room on that side. And it keeps from messing with the apartments and everything back there to keep us on that side, so it doesn't really mess up traffic that early in the morning. And then when we return from the ride, people can just park in parking spots wherever. We don't need to close roads down just to park for the event that evening.
Randy, do you have any questions?
So what day is it on? Is it a Saturday or Sunday?
It's a Saturday.
Saturday. As long as they would be, you wouldn't object to us dropping off and you guys at the barricades like on Friday, we'll drop them off at the.
Yeah, absolutely. We'd take care of that, yeah.
I'll make
And
a
I'll-
motion.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. And I would have my guys man the area, so we don't have to worry about cars going around stuff. And, we'll have 15, 20 guys there at 7 o'clock in the morning to start setting up everything, get ready, so.
I'll make a motion, we approve the Sanctified Souls Benefit Ride and Concert for June 27th, 2026.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
So that gets us to the bulk item appeals. Randy, do we have one?
Yes, Mayor, we have one. Is 2959 Edith here? Anyone for 2959 Edith? 2959 Edith? All right, no one's here for that. So they did fill out a dispute. I imagine you'd have some questions for the individual since they're claiming that it was never picked up, yet we took a picture. That bulk item outside the toter was serviced on August 7th, 2025, and it was, had a $40 service fee to it. So we do have a picture of it that we picked up. So I'm asking the board to uphold the charge since they're not
I'll
here.
make a motion, we uphold the charge at 2959 Edith Street.
Y'all second?
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Thank you. That gets us to claims, and I think we have multiple claims based on some past meetings, is that right? Would you mind listing them real quick, or going maybe one at a time?
I'll make a motion, we approve the pension payroll for 8/25 in the amount of $288,000, $395.94.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 I think that was just like the air turning on, that big noise. Saw a couple people look up, like, what was that? All right, that gets us to the next one.
I'll make a motion, we approve the payroll pension docket for September 20th in the amount of $213,045.96.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And then we've got one more or two more? Okay.
Make a motion, we approve the payroll docket for September 5th in the amount of $2,136,366.03.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Make a motion, we approve the payroll docket for September 19th in the amount of $2,094,238.42.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And as noted, we had a couple meetings canceled, and that's the reason why it got, took so long to get to all these. You go out of town for just like 2 weeks or so, and. Well, it could. On the private investigator I hired to find out where Frank is, he's hot on the trail. Yeah. We have some other matters to come before the board. I believe we have some from the fire department. Oh, darn it, we still have two more? Oh, I got thrown off. I'm sorry, chief. We still got to keep approving all these claims.
You have the regular claims for September 23rd in the amount of $1,062,076.39.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Someone told me there were two more, and then we did two, and now there's two more. It just keeps coming and coming. More payroll, gotcha.
They meant 2 more pages.
Last one is the regular accounts payable for October 14th in the amount of $1,399,974.04.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Now we can go to the fire department. So as I understand it, this is a memorandum of understanding between the city, the fire department, and the firefighters union to really do 2 trial runs of 2 different scheduling. Is routines the right word, or scheduling systems?
Yeah, schedule, yeah, whatever you want to call
But-
them.
but-
Schedules,
Yeah.
rotations.
Rotations,
Isn't that
yeah.
the,
But if you could maybe, Chief, explain, or if you'd like to explain however you guys want to do this kind of as a tag team, love the cooperation, but basically, what's the reason for considering alternative options? If you could talk about, what each one is and how long they would run for under this agreement.
Sure.
And then also, I believe that you guys worked with the clerk treasurer's office to make sure that in the trial runs, there's a cost neutrality to it.
Right, so with the initial one that we are going to go to it's a 4896, so the firefighters will be working 2 days on, they'll have 4 days off. That'll run for approximately 3 months. Then there will be a very short break, and then we'll roll into, it's called a 1-3-2-3, where they'll work 24 on, 72 off, 48 on, 72 off. The whole purpose in looking into schedule variation deals with mental health and firefighter stress. This allows the downtime for the stress levels to come down in firefighters. The reason for the MOU is there are within our current contract, it states the hours worked are 24/48. This is obviously during the trials, it's going to be a little variation of that. And so we needed the MOU to address the hour differences and also the maximum hours worked. Currently, we have 72 hours, and currently it is 76 hours, but the forced overtime, so we can't force anybody with these trials past 72 hours. So it has to address that aspect of it as well. I did talk to Carrie in regards to these scheduled trials. Because of the hours, the way that we arrange the hours, there won't be a variation in having to go to a 27 or 28-day pay cycle, switching back and forth. It'll maintain a 27-day pay cycle. There won't be any change in pay. And depending on the outcome of these trials, then Carrie and I are already talking about working on variations for the 27 or 28-day pay, depending on how it goes. I do have President Eckert here representing the firefighters union, so any questions union-wise, he's happy to answer them.
And the union's good with this? You guys are in agreement with this?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so this was a topic that's been talked about for at least a decade.
Yeah.
And we knew that based on science and research and studies that have come out in recent years, that mental health is one of the most impactful things in the fire service, and I mean in emergency services in general, police officers, firefighters, EMS, everybody. And so one of the things that we're impacted by most is recovery time. And so through recent research and studies, they've shown that the 24-48 hour schedule that we work currently is not sufficient enough for our recovery time. And there's all kinds of data out there about stress levels and cortisol and all that fun stuff. So through evaluating all the research and all the data, and in talking to numerous other fire departments that have undergone these changes, I mean, there are several variations of scheduling out there. Through our discussion with them, the choice became obvious, is to go about seeing about adjusting how we do business, how we do our scheduling around here. So through the cooperation through the labor management committee that we have in the fire department, we started undergoing this over a year ago, talking about it, starting to get all our research and all our data and everything together in order to do this undertaking. So we are more than in favor to do this, and we thank the fire administration and the city of Portage, the clerk treasurer's office, city council, the mayor's office, everybody for their support and assistance with this. So it's a resounding, yeah, we are more than in favor of this.
So, Carrie, just want to make sure, because I heard it from the chief, but your assessment too is that this trial run, by spreading it out the amount of time, there's a cost neutrality to it from the payroll side?
Yeah, so there will be some, just rebuilds, we talked about getting ADP to build like a test run so that we could put in the schedules to see how it's going with payroll while it's still in the trial run, to make sure that it pulls over all correctly.
Are there any other departments in our area? I guess 3 layers. So Northwest Indiana, Indiana in general, and then just in the country, whether it's option 1 or option 2, or maybe I should say alternative 1 or alternative 2, Are there other departments that are already utilizing one of these models? Or would we be kind of the first in our area after studying it? I know that there's like a lot of research that's gone, into this on the academic side, but I was curious about implementation. Are we ahead of the game by studying this? Are we more in the middle, And I'm not sure if that's a question for either one of you guys, if you know about other spots using the
So
system.
South Haven Fire Department is currently using the 4896 model. They are really the only one that has jumped into that particular schedule. A lot of departments talk about it and say that they want to try it, and then it comes to trying it and they don't, or they don't push through for it. As far as the 1323, we would be the only department in the state of Indiana that has tried it or is willing to look at it.
Yeah, the next closest that does an alternative schedule to us would be the South Bend Fire Department, and they follow what's classically known as the Detroit schedule, which is not one that we're trialing, and that's a little more convoluted.
Don't recommend the Detroit schedule?
I don't recommend the Detroit schedule. Yeah, but in the state of Indiana, there are several fire departments within the state that have gone to alternative schedules, whether it be 4896 or 2472s or some other variation like that. So, but in this area, we would be a pioneering fire department as far as doing what we're doing.
I'm going to go ahead and recuse myself from this vote.
Thank you for noting that.
Well, I think, having grown up in a union household, if the union wants something and we can all do it, and it sounds like something you want to do, I'll certainly support that.
Thank you.
I'll make a motion, we approve the memorandum of understanding between the city and the firefighters union.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Thank you.
Thank you all very much.
Thank you all very much.
And then, Mr. Cherry, I think you had something, or? All right. Well, I was all excited, and now we got to wait. That's okay. With the attorney? Well, that's too bad. It's amazing news. I'm super excited
Wow,
about
an attorney
it.
dragging something out?
Anything else from the board, or is there a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.